John, I know you know a thing or two about medical emergencies because you did write The Fault in Our Stars. I am about to be in Ansel Elgort's position. If
that is horrible.
If my blood sugar gets any lower, I need to cut you. I need to cut you in line to get this burger. I'm sure you understand because you're the author of...
No, that's like really bad.
It would have... And then you could have said, just kidding. No, big fan.
That's like, I would be blacklisted from VidCon if that came out of my mouth.
Are you really wanting to go back?
No, I'm not wanting to go back. But that would have ensured that I would have no entry for the rest of my life should I need to go back for it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Thank you, though, for your advice.
I'll do one for Hank.
Okay.
Oh, my God, Hank. Loving science recently. Hey, Brooke.
Hi, Con.
How we doing?
Hanging in there by a thread, but hanging nonetheless.
Well, we know you know your way around a thread.
That's yarn. I did bring my knitting today just in case the mood strikes and I want to knit, but I do think how tangled it is could cause for a more stressful environment instead of a less stressful environment, which is what I'm going for.
Well, I love untangling
stuff. So we can see, speaking of sweater vests, this is really my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my Harry's House sweater vest that I...
That's really... that might be your best work, honestly. And I really like the color.
An ode to the king. Thanks. I got this... My dad and my stepmom got me this yarn for my birthday, which is a great birthday present. Wow. It was a gift card, and then I chose these colors. And these as well.
Yeah, those are good colors.
I don't know what this one's going to say, though, yet.
Poot.
Hell yes.
Love poot. Well, welcome back, everybody. I feel like we never say welcome back.
Right. I think we need to get better at introing and extroing.
Yeah, so happy... It's going to be Thursday for everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Friday, Junior. Best day of the week to me. Going to be so fun.
Yes.
And
yeah.
So I guess that's the reason we never say hi, because I really don't know how to transition out of a greeting.
Right. Did you have a good week since I last saw you? You were busy bee.
That's where I should go.
Right.
Yeah, Wednesday I left from here, went straight to LAX.
It's amazing how you do that.
Well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I'd rather fly late, get in somewhere and wake up there the next day than fly there and waste half of like that free day traveling.
Okay. I'd just rather never travel again, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, listen to this, because I've been having randomly started having panic attacks on planes out of the claustrophobia and fear of heights, which I've never had in my life. So I've been working on some very natural ways to combat that.
Yeah.
Like taking medication.
Yes.
That's a prescription. And that hasn't been working either. But then I saw this TikTok of this girl who's a pilot, and she was explaining, she held up a cup of Jell-O, a red cup of Jell-O. The color doesn't matter. It's the best flavor though. And she took a little piece of a tissue, like tissue paper that you blow your nose in, ripped it off, and said, pretend that this Jell-O is the air that you're flying through, and this is the tissue paper. She pokes the tissue paper down halfway through, and she's like, this is the plane. And she starts shaking the Jell-O. That's like turbulence, because there's pressure on top of the plane, there's pressure below. You're not gonna there's never been a plane crash from turbulence. Can you believe that?
Right. It's either when you're taking off or landing.
Yeah. So she's shaking it, and she's like, when you are feeling like, oh, the wing's gonna fall off, it's just not.
It's not. I used to take, before I would get panic attacks, I used to take 2 edibles on the plane that would last me the 6 hours of LA to Philly and vice versa. And there was one time I was so high that I was like dead asleep, and then there was turbulence, and I woke up and I just screamed, oh my God, like so loudly that like the back of the plane could hear me, and everyone was like, what's wrong? And I couldn't even answer, and then I stopped taking the edibles.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really confusing thing to take on a plane.
Yeah, I would just do it to kind of like knock me out, and like listening to music was so fun, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But now I can't.
Okay, so I want to tell you can I go progressively through my weekend really quick? I think that people are going to enjoy this story, although it is 100% about me.
Yeah, no, please. And this is a perfect opportunity for me to just listen and knit my heart out.
But I'd love if you chime in here and there for details, because I'm gonna mess some stuff up.
Okay. What's hard is I can't hold the microphone and knit, so it's gonna be a learning. It's gonna be a learning curve.
Well, okay. Well, whenever you feel.
Yep. Okay. You take it away.
Okay. So Wednesday, I leave here from the podcast. I go straight to the airport. Seamless. I flew into Jersey. I don't know why I always fly into Jersey, but it's easy for me to go from Jersey, just Uber straight across. It's the best. But get in, go to sleep. I was going, basically, I went this whole trip was built around this show that I got invited to from my buddy Jake. He invited me to a Jack Johnson concert in New York, which is just like the most bizarre thing. I always thought I'd see Jack Johnson in like San Diego or like, I don't know, a grass field in my dreams. Never like in New York. So I go and we go to happy hour before this show, and we're sitting there and we're having a beer and we're all dressed up. It was just me and Jake that were going to this show, and we're going to meet our friends later on that night. And we're sitting, New York has the outdoor seating, the outdoor tables that are there from the pandemic, and I think they're there to stay, and it's awesome, and I think that they should be everywhere. And we're sitting kind of having a beer, and these kids come up, and they're like, I don't know if this is just a Texas thing, but the Under Armour kids that are like wearing the stretchy Under Armour clothes with like the Nike socks and like the big Nike Shocks, the shoes, and like the magnetic neck bracelet thing and the flat bill hats. And there's like 4 of them, and they're just like typical kids. They walk up and they see me and they go, oh my God, Archer, it's the kid from TikTok. It's the TikTok guy. And I'm like, oh my God, like why are 12-year-olds watching my videos? I'm like, talking, I'm making jokes about chlamydia and like crack like constantly, and you shouldn't be listening, honestly. And the mom's right there, and the mom's like, I'm so sorry. You guys are just enjoying your time. Oh, look, if you're watching on YouTube, we've pulled up the middle school neon boy starter pack. I kid you not. This is like, yeah, that's what they were wearing. Pretty much do it team. It's actually a really expensive get-up if you break it all down. Those Nike socks are like $24 for 2 pairs. And, I mean, the shirts and shorts. Anyways, and that haircut.
Yes.
That's not a cheap haircut. You can't get a fade like that for whatever.
Did you ever have a fade?
Yeah, and it was horrible because I don't have eyebrows, so it always looks like I'm starting to pass. It looks like I'm getting a disease, like thyroid issue. So, so anyways, we're sitting there, and these kids, and the mom's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, it's seriously no big deal. I've never had like 12-year-olds watch my videos. They honestly shouldn't be. And I'm like, do you guys want a picture or whatever? And they're like, yeah, please. And so I go get in, and the mom is like, can I get in the photo? And I'm like, yeah, totally. And so arm around mom, arm around Archer, the kid, and then I kind of like step back, and the kids are just talking amongst themselves, and the mom's doing whatever. And the table next to us at happy hour goes, by the way, do you know who that is? Like the mom? And I go, no. That's Amy Poehler.
Now, how did you not know who that was immediately?
She looked like a mom. She looked like every mom. She's in a jean jacket and glasses, hair up, like just typical mom taking her kids out. And then I look over and I'm like, are you? And she's like, Amy, yes. And she was like, also, I know who you are. You're, like, I like your stuff. Like, you're funny. And I'm just like, I tell you, I've never been starstruck, but I've been very outspoken about Amy Poehler on other podcasts. I went on the Friday Beers podcast. They said favorite like comedians, and I said Amy Poehler is like my number one every time. It just like comes out. It's like a guttural thing. And I just want to remind everybody last week when we were saying that we manifest things in here, blah, 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 whatever. It's fake. But remember when I looked in the camera and I said SNL, SNL, SNL? And then Amy Poehler and her children via Will Arnett approached me on the street. Oh my God, I could die. Like literally, I was sitting there. I called Brooke. I'm like, I don't get like that ever. I'm shaking. Everyone on the street knew it was Amy Poehler except me. So they're all like, whoa, what was that? And I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm dealing with something that was life-changing. And I'm telling her like, oh, my team is submitting my SNL pack, and she's like, that's really awesome. Like, good for you, blah, blah, blah. But manifestation is just
it really, really works. And I will say
scaring me.
It's very hard to be happy for someone when you yourself want the exact same thing. But just know that I am as happy for you as I possibly could be.
I'm just like,
truly,
everyone know, like, anytime I need like a hit of a metaphorical vape pen, I'm gonna just think about the moment Amy Poehler was like, I like your stuff.
And then
I know who you are.
The best part, I was looking through Dumois.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, I'm gonna.
This is...
Okay, or you're gonna. Yeah.
This was the most life-altering part of the whole thing. Said, I'm sharing this very private experience. By the way, when she asked to get in the photo, the kid was taking the photo. I don't have the photo. Like, I don't even have it.
We have one that's good enough.
We have one photo that was taken in West Village in New York by by a bystander from across the street.
No, you have the other one.
Well,
that's
yeah,
really good.
The photo taken of the photo being taken. So it's not like us like this. It's not us smiling at the camera. It's a photo of me looking the other direction with her in it. But it's the person taking the photos also, you know what I mean. I'll put them, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put the photos up. But care to know? Then I'll get into my phone situation.
I'll stop my knitting because I do feel myself disassociating fully from you and this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you saying?
That happens to me all the time, actually. Well, like people when they're talking to me. I didn't know about this additional piece of the puzzle.
The Dumois piece of the puzzle?
The Dumois. Wait, tell everyone what Dumois
is just like a real life gossip girl where every sort of celebrity gossip or just their locations are submitted to this Instagram account, Dumois, and then they're posted. And I was just going through Dumois as regularly scheduled, and someone like above like
Baz
Luhrmann like spotted at this restaurant. It was like Fibula and Amy Poehler in West Village or wherever you were, and just a picture of them.
I gotta put it up on the screen because it's the way that people submit things. I'm sure like a couple people on here follow, but we also have a lot of international people that might not follow. It's Dumois, DEUXMOI on Instagram. It's really fascinating to follow.
Yeah, it really is.
You see a bunch of people that are in scenes are submitting like insight because they work in the industry and they hear things about, for example, like Julia Fox is starting an app. Like right. I heard it, or like Julia Fox and Little Huddy spotted out at dinner together. Like it's stuff like that. And this was on their page. Fibula and Amy Poehler share a hug in West Village. And then Dumois commented, the only thing Dumois commented on that page was, is Amy a Fibula fan? Question mark, like eyes. I was like, what?
It really is so cool.
That was such an elevating moment.
And you know, I hate when people are like, try to like claim fame by association. Like, oh, I know that person who's famous, so I'm famous. But I was sending that to everybody in my contacts. Like, look at my co-host. Like, look at my co-host.
It's just like
it really
feels
is
so
cool.
absurd to me because it doesn't feel like I'm not the other people they're reporting on are genuine, like
Amy Poehler.
A-list. I shouldn't have been on, but the fact that that's like my number one person that I like look up to type thing, and then just being like spotted with them by
I can't believe you didn't recognize her.
Oh, I'm sweating right now. My heart is racing.
Yeah,
it's just insane to continue talking. So I had basically like the best day of my life on Thursday because after that happened, I'm just on cloud 9, get another beer to celebrate. Just like, that's insane. And then we get on the train and we go to the Jack Johnson concert, which, by the way, gets more absurd when you find out that it's not only...
That wasn't a concert.
It's not only in Times Square. It's an NFT event.
But from what I saw, from what you were posting, that was a very intimate gathering with a few people on a roof with Jack Johnson.
It was 70 people.
Yeah.
And most of the people were watching from inside because it was raining. But I'm sitting there watching Jack Johnson in a light sprinkle at an NFT event in Times Square. And it really just doesn't get more confusing than that.
What a good day for you. I did not have a great day
on Thursday?
Yeah. I went to VidCon, which for those of you that don't know, and I still don't think I really know what VidCon is, but it's a video convention that was established at some time.
I actually don't know because I was
probably when YouTube started getting big.
Yeah.
The Green brothers founded it, and it used to be just a
wait.
Yes, John and Hank Green founded VidCon, which is why I wanted to go.
They're the most random.
They do everything, and I am obsessed with them. For those of you who don't know,
John Green wrote The Fault in Our Stars,
Yes.
and Hank Green
good job.
is it's just a 50-50. It's a coin flip.
Yeah,
I'm guessing
you're exactly right.
Who did what? But Hank Green is just like a science guy. Bill Nye.
That's what he's known for on TikTok. But they started making YouTube videos together. That was like the first thing I think they became well known for.
Oh, so it was the Vlog Brothers.
The Vlog Brothers.
Okay.
And they made they still do. The Vlog Brothers are still going. They make videos to each other every week. Like Hank posts one, then John posts one, and and it goes back and forth, and it's been for like however many years.
And it was VidCon was then purchased by Viacom, which is now Paramount.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. So they started it.
So they're billionaires.
So I'm sure. But the reason I wanted to go is because I wanted to see them. But it's just crazy that it started out as like YouTube creators and now it's just like all TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is just like crazy. And it hasn't happened since before the pandemic.
Is there a spider on your mic?
Is there? No, that's my hair that's been falling.
No. Oh, it's like a little piece of dust.
Oh, it's from my sweater vest.
Oh, okay.
That is incredibly itchy and sheds as well.
All the best things.
Yes,
shed.
all the best. So true. Anyway, went to see John and Hank Green. Long story short, I had like a creator pass, which gets you into more of the VIP experiences. And so I went to the convention center and was wandering around aimlessly asking people like, where's this Spotify event? Where's blah, blah, blah. They could not tell me. I'm wandering around in the heat in my Lady Efron knitted sweater vest for an hour. I'm about to drop dead. I hadn't eaten anything, hadn't drank anything. Finally, I found out I'm in the complete wrong location. I'm supposed to be at the Hyatt, which is a mile away. So I ask, where's the shuttle to the Hyatt? Someone tells me over here. I walk half a mile that way. Shuttle's actually on the complete other opposite end.
So a mile now.
Yeah, so I'm walking. I am about to drop to the ground and never stand up again in my sweater vest.
Yeah.
Then I eventually just Uber to the Hyatt, which I should have done in the first place. I walk in. I'm truly like on my last leg, like needing medical attention immediately, if not sooner. See Hank.
Yeah.
Immediately. I was already incredibly dehydrated and ill, but when I see people that I am obsessed with, it's like I could not say hi if my life depended on it. I have to run the other way. So I sprint the other way after I see Hank, and I'm in line to get like a burger or something. John's in front of me. I sprint to the other end of the room.
Bang.
Yes, because I couldn't possibly fathom saying hi. I don't want to say hi because it's like, what could I say that they haven't heard before? You know? I want to be special to them, and I can't be because it's like, what haven't they heard?
You know who would have definitely been able to walk you through that situation? Ethical clout chase, Dr. EC.
I know. Because it's like, I would not have gone up to Matthew Gray Gubler if you weren't already speaking to him.
Yeah, and we could have reeled that situation in a bit more, but
right.
I could have walked you through that. You could have called me and said, what should I say? I can't think of anything right now, but I would have.
You would have.
I would have written. So I would have.
Yeah. So what would you have said if you were behind?
Which one do you want to talk to?
Well, let's just say I'm behind John in the line to get a burger. I've already ran away from Hank completely. I'm still about to pass out.
Ready?
Keep in mind,
John. I know you know a thing or two about medical emergencies because you did write The Fault in Our Stars. I am about to be in Ansel Elgort's position. If
is horrible.
If my blood sugar gets any lower, I need to cut you. I need to cut you in line to get this burger. I'm sure you understand because you're the author of.
No, that's like really bad.
It would have, and then you could have said, "Just kidding." No, big fan.
That's like I would be blacklisted from VidCon if that came out of my mouth.
Are you really wanting to go back?
No, I'm not wanting to go back. But that would have ensured that I would have no entry for the rest of my life should I need to go back for him.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you though for your advice.
I'll do one for Hank.
Okay. I never saw Hank again though, but I was around John the entirety of the rest of VidCon and never said a word. What would you have said to Hank?
Oh my God, Hank. Loving science recently. All the new science that's been coming out. Awesome.
Can't say enough good things.
Stuff.
Good stuff.
Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, ZBiotics. We all have busy lives these days and can't afford to waste a day stuck on the couch because of a few drinks the night before. Yes, God. ZBiotics is the answer we've all been looking for. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic.
Wow. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. ZBiotics produce an enzyme to break this byproduct down.
It's always those byproducts that get me.
I was going to say that.
It's designed to work like your liver, but not in your gut where you need it most. Just remember, drink ZBiotics before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. Every time I have ZBiotics before drinking, it changes my whole next day. Because
you've said, yeah.
I told you, I gotta get up, I gotta start resetting my body, but it starts doing it before I even have to put in the work physically.
Right.
It's already going to town in there. Like Osmosis Jones or the Magic School Bus.
Yes. Thank you, Con. Give ZBiotics a try for yourself. Go to zbiotics.com/BNC to get 15% off your first order when you use code BNC at checkout. That's BANDC. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/BNC and use the code BNC to check out for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode.
Thanks, Z.
You know, Hank is where I got that tapeworm story from. I should have brought that up.
I thought we agreed, like, no more tapeworms.
Sorry.
By the way, that girl that wrote in about her tapeworm and human parasitology class, I hope, like, I would never, ever give up blacklisted. Honestly, like...
No further entry.
No more. That was crazy. In the email, that was so detailed about all of the different sort of parasites that could live in the human body. I was like,
I didn't read that one, but I would like to. I'm genuinely interested in parasites.
It made me get health insurance.
Did you get health insurance?
No.
I was going to say that's another part of my week besides VidCon. I've had just like these little annoying, horrible tasks that I've been putting off for so long. Getting health insurance, taking my car in that's about to explode, going to the bank. I would rather these small tasks cause me so much stress. I would rather like a psychopath come up to me and say, I'm going to kill you and your family unless you perform these life or death tasks over the course of a week when I hold you captive. I would rather have that happen than go to the bank. That would stress me out less than going to the bank.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree?
I agree, because like my house will be in total shambles, and then I'll be like, oh, like everyone can come over here before we go to dinner, and then in 30 minutes I'll get it all done, even though it's been 2 weeks. You know, that kind of thing.
No, I didn't understand how that was connected.
Like, I'm the guy holding myself captive because I invited everybody over and they can't see my house. And like, that's a small task, cleaning your house technically, like doing your dishes, like putting them out, taking them out of the dishwasher, instead of just taking the clean dishes out and using them and then cleaning them, putting them back in the dishwasher, like actually putting everything away because you're having people over. Yeah.
I just am saying I don't want to go to the bank. I would rather get kidnapped than go to the bank. That task seems more appealing, I guess, is what I'm trying to... It seems less stressful to me because the little things just are the most stressful and anxiety-inducing. I can't do that.
I just started sweating so bad.
Okay. Do you need a break?
No, I'm okay.
What else did I do this week? I did end up going to the bank, and I do have to go back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Did you get...
PST.
Yeah.
I saw 2 movies this week, and that's what I'm excited to talk to you about today.
Then talk to me.
I saw Elvis first. What? I can't. I went.
Did you go golfing?
Golfing. Oh, yeah, but that wasn't my birthday that I went golfing for. That was our friend TK's birthday that I went golfing for.
Oh, right.
That was Topgolf. I've never been Topgolfing. Have you? Oh, I haven't.
I don't like
I don't think
Topgolf.
I like it at all. No, I don't like it. I mean, it was really fun.
That was the first place I ever used a fake ID.
You need a fake ID to Topgolf?
When you're 17 and you're buying a pitcher of beer.
Okay. Yeah. Drinking and golfing. I would like to know how many Topgolf related deaths there are each year. Because there's a line that's like, you can't cross this line, but
that's why they put those nets up.
No, not even that. Just from people, like so many people drinking and then people swinging a golf club as in addition.
Hot take. Topgolf is the most overrated thing on the entire planet.
I never even heard of it. I had fun though.
If it was,
I don't get it. I don't get how to play.
Go to a public driving range. It's literally, it's so expensive. You don't know. I can't think of why I hate it so much, but I hate it so much.
That's completely.
I'd rather go to like a crappy little golf course, pay for a bucket of balls, get a pitcher of beer there, and it'll be $15 total versus this thing where you have to. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get how to play still. I don't get how to play still, but I did have fun. And golfing runs in my blood. So
does it?
Yeah, and I did join the golf team senior year of high school, but
just
then
let me know if my belly button pops.
Okay, I was told that it would be best if I stepped down from the golf team if I wasn't going to take it seriously because there were other people that did want to take it seriously. But I did see 2 movies this week.
Yeah.
Elvis was first.
Oh yeah.
I'll start with the good.
Everyone agrees with you, by the way. I know your take, and everyone I've talked to agrees.
I'll start with the good. Austin Butler was great. So talented. I think this is the start of a really incredible career for him. Congratulations, Austin. Congratulations, Austin. I really can't say enough good things about your performance. Way too long. 2 hours and 59 minutes too long. Combined with the trailers and the movie, I was in there for 4 hours. And I would say at about an hour and a half into the movie, I completely disassociated and checked out and just out of body. Did not catch the last hour and a half of the film. And I just felt like the thing with the Batman is like there's action happening. And so it's like, okay, I can justify sitting in my seat because that's keeping me kind of on my toes. Elvis was pretty slow. Like it wasn't very plot heavy. It was very much just like a slow burn of his life.
Is it like a documentary?
No.
Technically?
Well, here's the thing that I didn't love about Elvis. It's the narrative is structured around Tom Hanks's character, who's his manager, who basically took advantage of him his whole life and career and just like took half of his money and just completely worked him to the bone until he died.
What's cool about this is there's not going to be any what the hell is going on with my brain today?
No worries. Take it slow.
There's not going to be any spoiler alerts because it's a true story.
Right. Right. But the narrative is structured around Tom Hanks's character, and he sucked and no one wanted to even look at him. So it's like, don't tell me the story. I don't want you in it. So that kind of sucked that it was.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, that it was structured around him because I just wanted.
Does Elvis die at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's like more so like
spoiler alert.
Words on the screen like he died. At the end. But yeah, I mean.
What if Austin Butler was so in character that he actually gave his life?
He went to the hospital after filming Elvis because out of exhaustion. Like the second Elvis wrapped up filming because he's so method. And I will say, like, he is one of those people. Oh,
my belly button was out. You need to keep an eye.
Sorry, I'm not looking. My eyes are not directly on your belly button. Yeah, he lost touch of who he actually is ended up in the hospital after filming Wrapped. That is making sense in terms of just how he's completely taken on the persona of Elvis.
You are not Heath Ledger. Wait. Who was the Joker?
Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Or Joaquin?
No, Heath Ledger couldn't get out of the Joker. But the Joker's a psychopath.
Right.
You're a blues singer.
Well, you should see the movie. There's a lot going on there that you don't really know about.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just freaking Heath Ledger makes me so sad. That's a genuine tragedy.
Yeah.
Austin Butler.
That was the story of Elvis, though. At the end of the day.
Me mixed signals.
Well, it wasn't like objectively. There's a difference between something objectively being a good movie and not really enjoying watching it. It was objectively a good movie, but it was way too long.
So they could have cut it in half.
They could have cut it in half.
Good.
And the other thing is, like, I love like music biopics, like Bohemian Rhapsody, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Loved Rocket Man. This
Rocket Man
like
was
there
so
was
good.
not one like full performance of any of Elvis's songs. They were all like cut short and not really like it didn't focus on the music, which I like. I wanted to hear more of the songs at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you know. But moral of the story, too long, and I would not see it
There
again.
was a lot of music in it though, like the soundtrack, wasn't it? Like really.
Yeah, but like everything was like, you know that song, the Doja one. It's like get
Vegas.
it. Love that one. That was in it for 0.5 seconds.
Huh.
Whereas I would have listened to just that on repeat for 3 hours and felt better than what I did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The main event.
I guess you should go see it, but like bring your knitting.
I won't go see it.
I also saw Marcel the Shell.
And I saw Marcel the Shell last night. Go ahead.
You guys turn off this podcast and go see Marcel the Shell
Don't waste
right now. Don't waste any time with this.
Don't waste any more time.
The best movie ever created. I would see
I
that
made notes.
18,000 more times. I don't know why people are talking about Elvis and not talking about Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Excuse me. He is wearing shoes. I mean,
Jenny Slate
Jenny
is a genius.
genius, and so is Dean.
Dean was
the
really
director.
good. Marcel the Shell with shoes on needs
Every award.
every praise that any Marvel movies. Marcel the Shell had elements of a multiverse.
Is that Nathan Fielder?
Yes,
What did he do in Marcel?
He was the voice of his brother Jason at the end when he was climbing up the wall, and he was like, "No, I want to be doing this right now."
How did I miss that?
I'm
feeling sick to my stomach that I missed that.
I even got it. There's no real we're not going to give any spoiler alerts
I can't.
for
I'm
this,
sorry. I can't believe Nathan Fielder's in Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
I picked up. I was like, "Is that Nathan Fielder?"
This is adding a whole nother layer to the film for me. Wow. Sorry. Tell me your notes.
Like you know how I talked about Where the Wild Things Are? And
Yeah.
I was just like so fond of Where the Wild Things Are as like just a good feel good movie. There was nothing wrong with this movie.
Nothing wrong.
I do have some major plot holes. So
Besides just it being about a talking show.
yeah, skip 30 seconds if you don't want to. It doesn't really matter. Like, it's not going to change because the substance of the movie is just the writing, which was just absolutely
unbelievable,
unreal. Like, I can't say enough good things. Here's one issue I have. Skip 30 seconds if you want to not hear this.
And by skip 30 seconds, he's going to go on for like 15 minutes.
Okay, so
skip 15 minutes probably.
No.
Okay.
30 seconds. I can get this all in. This man, Dean, he split up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he gets a 4-bedroom minimum Airbnb in Los Angeles, and he's an amateur filmmaker.
That wasn't 4-bedroom.
That was a gigantic property. Have you ever? You see how expensive Airbnbs are in LA?
Yeah.
That's an insane thing. So I just want to know maybe a little backstory on Dean, the director, on what his parents, what venture capitalist firm his parents own, for him to be an amateur film director renting a bachelor pad Airbnb for months to film this documentary.
Confirmed there were 4 bedrooms?
It's huge, like that minimum. It's 2 stories.
Right. I mean, it was integral. The space was integral to the plot. So they had no choice.
I mean, the rest is just annoying things. It took 7 years to make this movie, by the way.
Yeah. I can't believe they did it in just 7 years. A masterpiece like that, I can't believe they got it in less than 100.
So Nicole Kidman, when she made that intro at AMC theaters, this is the movie she was talking about.
Yes.
And you know what? The magic that we go to the movies for, it was this movie is what she was talking about. That
100.
was.
I've never agreed with you more on anything in my entire life.
I'm not being dramatic.
No, you're not.
I was with 2 of my guy friends, and we were all giggling like schoolgirls and
sobbing as
well. It is so deep, and I want, if anybody sees the movie and can break down some pieces for me. I have so many questions about like things that definitely have deeper meaning.
I could maybe answer them, but I would like to speak a little bit to the depth of animated or claymation or whatever. I think it's much easier to connect with an inanimate object than it is an actor.
I've always said that.
Yeah, because you're not taking on the experience of an actual actor that you might not be able to relate to. You can project anything and any feelings that you might have onto an inanimate object or a cartoon or whatever. And that's exactly what I felt like I could do with Marcel.
Did you
like you can see yourself in Marcel more than you could an actor.
Did you notice there are a lot of inanimate objects that are personified in this movie? Did you notice the tampon?
Yeah, I did love the tampon.
That was funny. I am a little confused, and that was my biggest plot hole, is like, I do understand the shells.
Mm-hmm. I think he's technically a mollusk.
Okay, but he had a googly eye.
Right.
And had shoes.
Right.
And then he had Nani, who also was googly eyes. Well. But then there's a spool of thread.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 tarantulas during the movie that play no role, but are at the end are just fully involved with them. And I'm like, why didn't you talk to them the whole time?
Right. And I think in the same way you need to suspend your disbelief about Dean getting a 4-bedroom Airbnb, you had to suspend your disbelief about there being other animated life forms in this film.
Let myself enjoy things.
Yeah, let yourself enjoy
I know
it.
that there's some major plot holes, but this is a movie where you can just listen to the writing, listen to the writing. I guess that's it. Listen to the writing. It is so well done.
I wish I could say more specifically why it was so good, but just every
my favorite
single
quotes.
thing was just so. Oh wow, that is
what a special
breathtaking image.
See,
wow.
You see that,
and it's stop motion. Can you explain like what they do? Is they set up that scene, take a picture, and then do that 1,000 times, and then put it all together?
1,000
or
7 years,
billions. Bro. That's just. I mean, if this doesn't win an Oscar. I'm gonna make this a Marcel the Shell sweater.
It deserves.
Did you get your Marcel the Shell sticker that I gave you?
Oh shoot, yeah.
I got this Marcel the Shell sticker at the movie theater.
Brooke is one of the probably 3 people on the planet that bought merch at the AMC movie theater.
I didn't buy it. They gave it to me.
Oh,
they said,
cool.
Do you want this? And I said, do you have 10?
I'm noticing there's 2 stickers missing on this sheet.
Yes.
Where are they?
I gave one to Ashley.
Oh.
And I have one on my computer.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put the other one on my phone. Which one do you want?
I want this.
Okay, take
I don't
that
really
one.
have anything that I can put this huge one on.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I got you another present too, though.
Oh, this is. Oh.
That's the banana bread, and I don't know if it's stale yet.
Effing go.
Could you open that now, though? Because sharing is caring.
Yeah, I want to get a good flavor.
That's the peanut butter cup one.
Yeah. This one is so good. This is Allie's banana bread, by the way. I'm not even a banana bread stan. Bread stan. Really, I'm like
the 2 things I'm devoting my life to are Allie's banana bread and Marcel the Shell. But anyway, can't stress this enough. If you haven't already closed this podcast and bought tickets to see Marcel the Shell, that's what you need to do right now.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah. Is it? It was in the fridge.
I like cold stuff.
Okay, good. I'm so glad. I want to tell you, Connor, while you're opening that, about Kelly Ripa's What I Eat in a Day while we're eating the banana bread. Because this is something that doesn't look too good. Did I squish it? I think I might have sat on it.
It looks like human poop.
I know. I think I might have sat on it.
But that's okay. I'm still going to eat it.
It's still going to be good. Okay. So I saw on TikTok that people were up in arms about Kelly Ripa's What I Eat in a Day. And typically, I am not somebody who gets up in arms about those kinds of things. But I decided to look into it myself. It had, I think, been deleted from a few platforms because people were so upset about it. But I was able to find it via google.com. And it was on Harper's Bazaar. And let me walk you through what she eats in a day while we eat this banana bread. Is it so good?
Guys, I want to walk you through the taste of this.
Okay.
It's juicy.
It's insane.
It's so moist.
It's soaking wet. I think this is just the regular one, not the peanut butter one.
It's peanut butter. So this banana bread is moist. It's got all of the elements of a standard banana bread, but it's got peanut butter cups in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, get in there.
Where's the peanut butter cup?
Oh, they're kind of just like in there.
I don't think this is a peanut butter cup
It
one.
says PB cup. Allie would never mess up her label.
I know. That is insane. Oh my God. Thank you, Allie.
Allie, you're doing God's work.
Okay, I'm going to open this on my phone just for viewing purposes in terms of eyesight, etc. Okay, Kelly Ripa wakes up every single morning. And to preface this, she has the same thing every single day. There's no variation because she likes to stick to a routine. Wake up, glass of water with a powder of some green shit that has microgreens in it.
I did that today.
Okay. Then she has a cup of coffee. Obviously, she puts G in it.
She puts what in it?
G. Not sure exactly what that is, but it's like a gooey substance or powder, either one. Then she takes about 800 supplements. Then she goes on air for however many hours to do Live with Kelly. Okay? Not 1 ounce of solid food in her body before she goes on air. Then, after she comes off of the TV, she has lunch, which is exactly 2 tablespoons of almond butter measured out and a teaspoon of cinnamon and with an apple in it. Okay? Then she has her like snacky lunch, which is a salad of microgreens. And the thing about Kelly is that she's not afraid to switch it up with the kinds of nuts that she puts on the salad.
That's brave.
So maybe one day it'll be cashews, but maybe the next day it'll be pine nuts.
Yeah.
So that's the awesome thing about Kelly is that she's not afraid to switch it up there.
She's crazy.
Then she works out 7 days a week. So then she'll do her workout. Okay? So then it's dinner time. Okay? And that's going to be some vegetables. And she likes to go for whatever's in season.
Yeah.
With some tofu. And then the thing about Kelly also, Connor, is that she's a human being. And so she will indulge in a chocolate-covered almond or cashew. Okay? Because she's human. And the other thing about being human is she's not a monster. She's going to have a slice of cake on her birthday. Okay? And she literally said, I'm not a monster. I'm a human being. And that was it. That was the what I eat in a day for Kelly Ripa. Every single day it's the same thing. Except, of course, on her birthday, in which she will indulge in a piece of
You know
cake.
what's crazy?
Or it depends on the chocolate-covered almond intake.
I could find everything that she just described, like for her day, like probably under the seat in my car. Her probably whole meal that she eats, every meal she eats, it probably has fallen out of, like in the past week, just like, and it's under my car. I could be like, oh shit, we have to bring Kelly her breakfast, and I could probably just like scoop some stuff out and give it to her.
That is barely one meal. Like all of that.
Meanwhile,
barely the toppings for her daily microgreen salad.
I know.
And they just posted that and we're like, here's what you should eat in a day if you want to be Kelly Ripa. That is sick. For me, at least. Like, because I know if I were 12 or however old I was when I was super impressionable, especially with food, and I listened to that, I would be like, oh, this is what I'll do if I want to look like Kelly Ripa. And I would be passed out within an hour.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that that's absurd. I do want to say, what is she supposed to do? Lie about what she eats in a day?
Yeah. Or they just shouldn't have interviewed her. Because, like, I guess do that if, like, that's what works for you, fine, whatever. But that's, like, not something that you should be advertising as something that is healthy.
Yeah, I think they probably need, like, I mean.
Like, that should come with a disclaimer.
If she's
like,
happy.
don't do this.
I don't really know the, like, everything that goes into an eating disorder, but it kind of sounds.
I think that's disordered eating. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I know if I ate that every day, that would be disordered.
She looks.
I know that's what's sad.
So
I know. Like.
She needs.
That's like, I think, and they.
I mean, everybody's body's different. Maybe she figured out her thing. I don't know.
I mean, I don't.
Personally,
I'm not a nutritionist, but I don't think that can be good for you.
Right. I mean, like
that does seem like starving yourself.
Yeah, like I had.
There's no.
I had my microgreens this morning, like I said, in my smoothie, but I also had half of a cheeseburger that I ate last night. So I mean, we're kind of the same. I'm not a monster. I'll have my cheeseburger at 7:42 a.m.
Right, because like cutting out carbs, I guess, is one thing that you shouldn't do. I don't think. I don't know anything. I'm talking out of my ass. Like she's not even eating any like grains or anything. You know, she's just foraging.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not a nutritionist.
I know. I'm getting a little nervous, but I don't think that it just, to me, you know what? I can't say what's right and wrong, but I can say what feels right and wrong to me, and that does not feel right to me.
I would be dead within hours.
I'd be, because I know I'd be dead. I would literally be having a VidCon experience.
I would say, John Green, get the fuck out of my way. I need to be in front of you in the burger line.
Yeah.
If I tried to eat her meal for the day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this
well,
is just
wishing her the best.
Just,
we should probably send her some Allie's banana bread.
Yeah,
I bet
Allie,
she would love it.
If you don't mind.
Maybe we'll send it for her birthday.
Yes, because she's not a monster at the end of the day.
She'll have a nibble.
Yeah, and if Allie wouldn't mind putting one singular chocolate-covered almond into the banana bread, I know Kelly could really appreciate that.
She's a human at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, she's not a monster.
And I also want to say, like, I have to just move past this, but my phone broke over the weekend. On Friday morning, and I went on a run Friday morning in New York City, which is awesome. I ran the West Side Highway, which is not awesome because everyone there gives me the same vibes as when I go to like Trader Joe's on a Sunday.
Did you get the green phone?
What?
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
No, it's the same phone I had, but basically it broke. I took a picture of myself on my run because I was feeling great. I'm in New York. I bought groceries and I had a bouquet of flowers hanging out of them, and it's pretty much all time. That's a pretty much all time image, is to be head to toe in athleisure, having exercised, and walking through New York City with a grocery bag and a bouquet of flowers. It's really just epitome of I have my life together.
Who are the flowers for?
Just to have in the apartment that I was staying in.
You love flowers.
It's kind of nice to just put them up, and it kind of feels good and alive. I didn't take the leaves off, so they died that same day. But it's a thought that counts. There was like a couple hours of good stuff in there. But I took a picture of myself and I put it up, and I said, like, I was getting ready to put it up, and I was like, best day of my life on my story. And then my Instagram gets hacked. So I didn't have Instagram for basically the whole weekend. Luckily, I had it for the best day of my life Thursday. But I also didn't have it to get any news because my phone broke on everything that was happening Friday morning. So I'm so glad I didn't post the story and then get hacked on Instagram that said best day of my life, because it certainly was not the best day of our lives here.
I know.
Because obviously Roe versus Wade, which we obviously, I didn't get a chance to talk about this anywhere else. So I was waiting for the podcast, but don't really even need to have a conversation about it. You and I are on the same page.
I think
abortion is healthcare. Healthcare is a right, and you can't turn over rights. That's as far as the conversation needs to go.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I've fully processed yet, because once you process this and acknowledge it, it's like, wow, what else is going to happen? Like, what other laws are going to be overturned?
It's
like, how fucking backwards are we going?
Once you start doing this and overturning things that have,
what's coming next?
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And things are already coming next, and it's really scary. No matter what your views are, if you start overturning rights, it's a slippery slope, and you should be pretty, like, honestly nervous.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could show everyone my underwear right now that says choice bedazzled on the butt.
Let me wear those next week.
Okay.
Or where did you get them?
They're from Parade.
Parade. I love Parade.
Yeah, I could probably show.
I walked past their store in Soho a couple times this week.
Do you see it?
It just says ho, because that's the only two letters coming out.
No, it says choice and rhinestones.
I know. I can only see the rhinestones. It's
okay.
You gave yourself a wedge.
I know.
H-O. Either way, yeah. So that really sucks. And
yes,
it was also
sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks. And it's scary, and we hope to be a safe space as always for all of you, and I'm giving you all just the biggest virtual hug.
Yeah.
Through the screen, kissing all of your brains, and I'm so sorry that this happened. And it blows chunks.
It was also really insane being in New York City for this.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's so accessible to go outside and see things happening live. Versus like even LA, you don't see that. Like people getting news and immediately going outside. So immediately, people are marching, whatever.
God,
so we went out and walked with people for a little bit, and then. But it's so weird because it was also Pride. It was New York Pride weekend, and so it was exact opposite of Friday on Sunday. Everyone's it was electric. I've never felt anything like that. Everyone's happy and just like overjoyed and celebrating.
Right.
Like in one. It was really cool, but that was just stark difference. I also want to say, like, America in general, like, I was thinking about this the other day. We're so embarrassing for so many reasons. Obviously, laws are one thing, but are we the only country that drives on the right side of the road?
No.
Who else?
Canada. I guess, that's that's
like
North America as well. No, I don't think so.
Because, like, that's
I'm trying to think.
You know what everybody's doing? When you get in trouble for doing it, and you're like, oh, take a step back. Am I wrong?
No, when I was in Croatia, they were driving on the right side of the road. Yeah. There's I think it's maybe like a pretty even split.
Okay, well, metric system.
Metric system.
That's all I'll say.
Hell yeah.
I don't know it.
System.
I don't know. I'm not proud. I don't know it. I'm too tired right now.
Yeah.
But I will learn it eventually. And here's one of our biggest. Bidets. A lot of countries have adopted bidets. America, barbaric state of.
I'm so pro bidet. Are you?
I'm over the moon bidet. By the way, we have friends at Tushy, and they have a bidet you can install yourself at home, and it's so easy, and I love it. And I have mine.
I remember one time back, I don't think I had met you yet. I received a bidet at my house, and I didn't know where it came from. And apparently you had spoken to this brand on my behalf.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did you say to this brand? Because they had included in a note, like Connor says, like, you really need this bidet, as well as the wet wipes they sent, and like merch that's like,
I love my butthole.
Just like so much butthole merch.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Can you let me know what you said to this brand about my butt? And you wouldn't tell me what you said. Could you tell me now?
No, I don't remember, but it was like along the lines of like Brooke shit her pants or something.
Oh, awesome.
So sorry.
Awesome. No.
But I think it's pretty barbaric of us to be putting our hands into our butts like after we poop. Like that's weird, right?
No, I totally agree. I wish there was a portable. I wish there were portable bidets you could put in your pocket.
Like someone needs to hose. I would prefer someone hosing me down. Like just get in there, and then I'll dry off.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's this really, really good bit that Conan did. Have you ever seen Conan and Jordan Schlansky?
Mm-mm.
Jordan Schlansky is one of the producers on Conan, and all the bits that he does with Conan are truly just the funniest things I've ever seen in the world. And there's one about a bidet that I'm going to send you.
Well,
and
I
I implore everyone else to watch it because it is just the funniest thing. And he's very pro bidet. And I'll send that to you.
We're all pretty pro bidet.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so my phone breaks.
Yes, your phone breaks.
It was a miraculous turn of events because my phone breaks, but it was slow to break. It was like things started slowing down, and then like it wouldn't turn on randomly, and then my Instagram got hacked separately because I couldn't get into it, but I was logged into our podcast page. I was logged into my merch page, but mine was saying you do not have access to this account, like it's already logged in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started looking, it was logged in like Kansas and like random place, and I was like, oh, so someone's on my account, whatever. So I go to the Apple store. If you're familiar with New York, I went to the Brookfield Place one, which is by the 9/11 Memorial, alone. My phone has now stopped working. I get to the Apple store. They say, what's wrong? I go, I don't really know. Why don't you have a SIM card? Am I not at the Apple Genius Bar? Why are you asking me questions? You have a PhD in Appleology. Like, why? I don't know why I'm here. Please fix my phone. Guys, I had to buy a $1,200 iPhone, and my current my phone that I had was still vibrating every single time my new phone vibrates. So it's getting all the texts and stuff and calls.
Did you ever get a diagnosis?
They were like, you got water in it. I'm like, you guys, Apple is the biggest. Apple invented gaslighting.
Yeah, good point. You should really get
You got
Apple
water
Care,
in
though,
it.
I think.
No, I didn't, sir.
Also, isn't
No,
it
I
waterproof or resistant?
Yeah.
Huge difference between
Huge
waterproof
difference.
and resistant, by the way.
I mean, like, I really can't talk. I kind of shoot myself in the foot because I'm so pro taking my phone in the shower. But, like, yeah, okay, I got water in it. Shut up. Give me the, like, can you fix it, please, so I can go? I don't want to be here. No one wants to be here. And they were really nice, but it was almost making it worse that they were nice.
Right.
Gaslight.
Right. Gaslight girl boss.
Like, at least, like, because I couldn't hate them, you know? I was like, Mark, you're really nice, but just, like, get the fuck away from me and give me my phone. I want to go
I can't believe
home.
you had to buy a new phone.
Yeah, it sucked really
Could you
bad.
trade in the broken one or not at all?
No, they just, like, let me walk out with it, but I was kind of like, okay, I'm flying out of New York. I have to have a phone because I need my phone so much, not because of social media or anything. Like, I was locked out of my Instagram for 4 days. It was really nice. No transparency. It was really fucking hard. I felt like I was having withdrawals and like checking. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to see me on Dumois Live, which is really
yeah.
tragic. It's like missing the birth of a child for me. And then, anyway, so I had to get this new phone. I still have my old phone. I'm going to see if I can take it to like one of those kiosks that has no liability involved. But,
What would you do with two phones then?
I would sell the other one. But I need to get my contacts off the other one. So because I didn't have a SIM card, which I can't answer that question, they couldn't transfer my contacts over.
I didn't even think these had SIM cards nowadays.
They popped out my
Didn't
little
we
thing.
evolve past a SIM card with iCloud?
They put it. Well, I don't update my iCloud because I just need it to leave me alone.
Same. And I do need a new phone, and I'm going to be screwed. I'm going to
Apple?
be manually transferring one thing at a time.
Apple, no, because if you have your phone and it's working, you can just put it next to the other one and it'll sync.
Through osmosis?
I'm not an Apple genius.
Right.
You know, at the Apple store now they have like full-on activities for children, and they have a huge screen and a speaker that comes out, and it was really freaky because a lot of the tourists in New York City like brought their kids to the Apple store as like one of their things that they were doing during the day.
Like Burger King, McDonald's vibes? Like the jungle gyms?
Like someone comes out and is like, "Hey kids, today we're going to be talking about Apple's new Notes
more
feature."
like Barnes and Noble.
And it's like you're obviously selling a product, but they were tailoring it to children that were like 6, and it was feeling very Black Mirror-esque. Okay, so anyway, so I get my new phone. By the way, none of my friends offered to come with me, so I have no phone in New York City. And I go to the Brookfield place. They send me to the Soho location, which is right by where I was staying. So that was really cool of them. And I get there, and they're like, "We need an hour to process your new phone." And I was like, "Okay, what do I do?" And they're like, "Whatever you want to do. I don't know. Go like watch the interactive Mickey Mouse Clubhouse thing over there." So I walk out to get food. And I got like this big disgusting bowl of mac and cheese, and that's when I had the most people walk up and say, "Hey, we love your podcast." I'm sitting staring at the ground eating a bowl of mac and cheese.
That's sweet.
Yeah, but thank you to everyone that said that. But anyways,
I knew your phone was gone, by the way, because when I don't hear from you in like 6 minutes or you're not posting, I get scared that something horrible happened to you.
I only didn't have access to texting.
But I could tell.
I only didn't have access to texting for about 10 hours.
Too long.
I know, it was really horrible. Anyways, so I fly out Monday night, and my flight was at 8 p.m. out of Jersey again. And like after we did Pride Parade on Sunday, which was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fly out Monday. My flight's at 8. It got delayed 2 hours, naturally. I haven't had a flight that was left on time in 2 years now. And I'm going to have to really breathe through this. So
take your time.
Okay.
I'll be here.
You guys.
Knitting.
You guys. Everyone's going to have like this is going to I think this is going to frustrate a lot of people. So because I was flying back late and I had a podcast yesterday morning that started at 7:30 in the morning, and I was doing essentially a red eye 8 p.m., but you're supposed to get in at 11 p.m. into LA because you gain 3 hours on a 6-hour flight. So I leave at 8 p.m. We're supposed to leave at 8:30 p.m. depart. It's 6 hours and 16 minutes to get from New York to LA, but then you get 3 hours back. So I should land at 11.
Sure.
Which is fine, because then I Uber home, I'm home by midnight, and then I go to bed, I wake up, and I can do the whole thing. It gets delayed 2 hours and change. But when I get on the flight, I paid for an upgrade so I could sleep the whole time. So when I landed, it's kind of like I was already asleep, and I could get my 8 hours. So I walk back to my seat, and I paid for the window so I could lean up against it and put my legs out a little bit. So I was like, I paid for the upgrade. It was $60. So I go to my seat, and there's a child in it, like a 6-year-old.
Oh, no.
And I go, check my ticket. I don't want to, and I always get on the flight last because I'm cool checking my bag if I don't have to wait and find a bin and put it up. I just rather get on the plane, sit down, and then when I don't have to wait for my bag when I get off the plane. So I
love gate checking.
Yeah.
Pro gate checking, pro bidet.
Me too. So I walk back to my seat. It's everyone's sitting on the plane, by the way, and there's people like New York to LA flight. There's a couple people that definitely were like podcast listeners or TikTok followers or something. So like I'm last one on. It's completely quiet. It's now like 8:45 p.m. and I go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my seat." I'm like, do I tell the 6-year-old he's in the wrong seat, or do I just kind of announce it?
Yes, he knows exactly what he's doing.
So I go, "Oh, that's my seat." So the guy next to him goes, "Oh, I'm his dad. Do you mind switching so we can sit together?"
Unacceptable.
Hang on. I go, you have put me in the worst position I could be in.
The dad should sit in the middle.
The dad was in the middle. He put the child in my seat on the window.
Then why can't the child go in the aisle?
Because the child's seat was 6 rows back, middle seat, out of the upgraded.
Oh my God, I thought that you were all on the same row to begin with.
No, so I go,
holy shit,
I go,
that's
sure.
horrible.
I go, sure, that's fine. Where's his seat? I'm thinking, no sane person would ask me to switch for a worse seat so they could sit next to their child, right? Middle seat, like this. Seat doesn't go back. And it's 6 rows, like less leg room. So like my legs, when I'm sitting on the plane, I know I don't look very tall. And for the girl that made the TikTok saying I was 5'4".
You're so tall to me, and that's what mattered.
Yeah. My legs touch the top of the thing. So like I'm like this. You know, so I did it. I sat back and that was horrible.
You deserve a Purple Heart.
That was just the most blood boiling experience. I'm just like,
I would have told on him to the flight attendant.
I mean,
I would have explained the situation.
It's my fault, but
no,
also,
but you didn't know the implications.
I'm also like, sir, I can sit next to your kid. Like, I'll be if he needs anything, I'll come back and get you. I just like can't even talk about it because it was so upsetting. It was just like I am on the episode of like Chris Hansen. What would you do?
My
Chris
blood's
Hansen?
boiling. I don't
That's
know.
the Hansen brothers.
I've never heard of Chris Hansen.
Sir, you've been on What Would You Do? Can you explain what
The amount of sweater vest fuzz that's on
no
the microphone.
I don't know how to say that. John Quino. Oh, Chris Hansen is like Dateline. John Quinones is the What Would You Do the guy. Have you never seen What Would You Do?
No, never. I've never heard of it.
It's basically like they send in like they set up a domestic abuse fake 2 actors and see who in the restaurant will step in. But
oh, I've seen that.
yeah, and then they'll pull like if this person doesn't step in,
yeah,
they go, why didn't you step in when you saw that? That's my nightmare scenario. Like my career would be over if someone saw me like not step in, which I hope.
I don't think anybody would judge you for not switching in that situation.
It was.
I would applaud you.
It was so crazy.
That is horrible.
So I took a pill and Ibiza and just passed out, but I was drooling on the guy next to me. No shame.
I feel like I had something I wanted to tell you, and I'm looking in our shared notes.
Yeah.
App.
We're definitely wrapping up here pretty soon.
No, but there's something very specific I wanted to table with you.
In the meantime, I just want to let everyone know that Taco Bell has released a new contract. Taco Bell has released a new Crunchwrap Supreme with a Cheez-It, massive Cheez-It inside.
Yum.
If you want to shit your pants and make it smell like double cheddar smoked. Crunchy.
Well, what I wanted to say is I have convinced myself, I think everybody that I went to high school with is making fun of me on the internet. And I think they all have a group chat where they send my stuff, my online stuff, back and forth. Because I've noticed that there have been people from my high school commenting on like the podcast clips that are on TikTok. And then I also did this like giveaway where I'm giving away one of my sweater vests, and people from my high school are like tagging other people from my high school in it and entering. They're making fun of me, right?
Yeah.
Like the thought that they are sending that back and forth to each other, I feel like I could throw up. And so I want to say, if you went to high school with me, not only am I begging you to not watch any of my stuff, so please, if you're watching this, close this immediately. Don't comment on anything, because then I'll know. Don't perceive me in any way. The thought of somebody I sat next to in math class sitting and watching me be on the internet in the way that I am, whether it be talking to you or knitting, I could throw up. I want to throw up. Truly.
Yeah.
They're sending me back and forth in their group chats.
I know. I mean, I know because I've heard that my people are talking, but I'm like, whatever.
And you're not going to win my giveaway. You're not going to win that sweater no matter how bad you guys want it.
Did you pick a winner yet?
I can't say. Closes tonight at midnight.
Well, I mean, you just got to know what's going to happen.
That was fun to do, though, my giveaway. I will say.
Yeah, I actually heard that there was like a high school group text.
About my giveaway?
No, about my stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because one of my friends told me because they were put in it, and they were like, honestly, like, I don't think that your stuff is funny online because I know you're funnier in person. And so it's like hard to watch. And I was like, okay, well, keep that to yourself. Like, that's not something that I need to know. I was like,
just like, sure, like my close friends. The thing is, like, these are people that I was friendly with, but not like good friends with, which is the worst.
Hey, they're fans at the end of the day. Even if they're making fun of you, they're fans. Engagement's engagement.
Yeah, I guess. How mortifying.
Nope.
No?
No.
Mm-hmm. Pretty bad.
Oh, I wanted to read one quick email. Oh, I also wanted to give... Oh, and guess who was on my flight back home? Who watched me do the switch, the seat switch?
Will Arnett?
Jamila Jamil.
Who was that?
I don't...
You don't know?
She's in The Good Place. This girl. You know her face.
Yeah, I do know her face.
She doesn't seem like someone who would fly commercial. But she was, and she was right next to me, and her driver picked her up.
Also, I did want to talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh, yeah, talk about it.
Well, it's just I watched it because everybody was obsessed with it, and also because those teen romance shows are my bread and butter.
Sure.
Typically, I think Kissing Booth right below Marcel the Shell in terms of winning Oscar-worthy.
That's a pretty hot take.
Yeah. Well, it's my take, and I believe it through and through. I think The Summer I Turned Pretty, obviously, binged it, obviously, cried. I think it was overrated. I think that there's levels of cheesy. Kissing Booth this is the meter of cheesiness is as follows. So cheesy that it's good.
I don't even know any of these people that are in this show.
It's like I'm having trouble articulating what I'm thinking, but like Kissing Booth was so over the top cheesy that it became like good, like ironic cheesy, and that's why I love it. This was like right below that, where it was like cringe cheesy, I thought, especially because
like Hallmark.
No, like a little above that. Because Hallmark is like the level of cheesy that it's like kind of trying not to be cheesy, so it's painful. But this, yeah, I guess this was kind of like, I don't know. But basically, I thought this was like a little bit too cheesy in a non-ironic way, the dialogue. And the moms were also, like, there was a lot of plot with the moms doing the same things that the teen kids were doing. I think the moms added into it and made it cheesier than it needed to be. But I think
watch it or don't watch it.
Yeah, watch it. But I do think it was overrated. Soundtrack was great.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good. I want to give a shout out to everyone from the UK that sent me Love Island streaming links that were on Reddit, and one seemed like it was from a black market site, but I appreciate the effort. I'm not going to click it because I can't go back to the Apple Store. But I also want to give separately a shout out to some of our international listeners that wrote in. We have some great, we have a ton of Australia, which is sick.
I would love to go to Australia one day.
Me too. We have some from New Zealand, which is neighbors with us. Some from Alaska, which I know is not international, but it's cool. We have one person wrote in from Oman, OMA.
Oh, wow.
Which is incredible.
That's far.
And one person who wrote an incredible email, and I can't remember his name, but I responded to him on the email, wrote in from Korea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those places are all so far.
I know, and they're all different.
Yes. That's very cool.
They're also different. He had a hot take for you.
Oh, what was it?
He basically said that we should stop supporting one certain female comedian, not because she's a female, but because...
Amy Schumer?
Yes.
Well, I'm tired of that. Like, focus your energy somewhere else.
Well, no, she just was like, they pulled like 50 times she's stolen jokes from people, which, like...
You know what?
It's like part of comedy.
That's comedy.
It's like tweaking jokes. Did you pull up their
No,
responses?
I didn't, because I'm over it.
Oh, it's not. No, he had a hot take just for you.
Oh, I thought that's what it was.
No, the response, like our replies.
My phone is so crusty.
Are you on here? Click this.
Yeah.
Click this.
Yeah.
Josh from Korea. He said, Brooke, I just wanted to ask what... Oh, never mind. No, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Unless you want to. I don't think you want to, like, say her name again, because it's
about Lily Reinhardt's pool videos, which is fine. I don't have a... What's it? Patent on all pool videos. I will say I will no longer be able to make pool videos because watching. I just feel like I can't. They're a little cringy now to me. Yeah. But I did have fun making them while I did.
Yeah.
I think at least I can sleep well knowing I didn't do a baby voice in them. And that's. Did I?
No.
I didn't.
I have to pee so bad.
Okay.
So, can we wrap up?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Thank
you guys so much.
Thanks, guys. We're actually going this afternoon to go on Brittany Broski and Sarah Showers' Violating Community Guidelines podcast, so watch out for that.
I'm not sure when that comes out, but eventually you'll be able to find us there.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Email us. Please, if you're new and haven't left a review on Spotify, it's pretty easy. You just click the review thing and just click 5 stars, obviously.
You know what I would like to ask, if you guys wouldn't mind emailing me and Connor specifically, but mostly me, at dearbnc@gmail.com, what I should put on the other side of this sweater. Whether it be more so a design, like my Harry's House sweater, or words.
Or a penis.
All right, well, we love you all so deeply. Until next
Thanks
week.
for listening. Bye, guys.